I'm Dwight Gow and you're watching Newcastle Fan TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. We're in the studio, we've got Sharkey with us. We're going to be looking at Leicester City today. Normally in the previews of the opposition we'll look at the recent form guides, predicted lineup. We'll have a look at some of the key players, strengths and weaknesses as well. So this weekend, yeah, it's the 125th anniversary. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Fan media ourselves, you know, Sky, BT, they'll all be talking about it, and the game is live on BT, 5:30 kickoff. Make sure you bring your scarves, get them flying in the air and so on. So let's have a look at Leicester's last six. Sharkey, you've already touched upon in one of the other videos earlier on this week that they're in fine form, aren't they?
Yeah, Club Royal, you know, got appointed at the end of October. They didn't exactly have the best start. They've managed to pick up, you know, a good 11 points out of 18. That's a great start for them, and you know they're pushing up that table. They're now in the top 10. And you know their latest results. You know they've beaten Everton 2-0 at home. They probably expected to win that. Stoke 2-2, not a bad point. You know, then they play Manchester City, which to be honest they lost that game 2-0. But they could have got something out of that game. That, you know, if you're losing to Manchester City this season, that's no disgrace. And you know, West Ham, they drew 1-1. Again, not a bad point. And then, you know, they go to Tottenham at home, which is 2-1, you know, against a decent Tottenham team who are going to be up there challenging for the Champions League. Beat Burnley 1-0, you know, but even if it's only 1-0, they're getting the job done, and that's what Leicester do. You know,
I think they'll play on the counter as well. This is the lineup that I'm going to predict that Leicester will go with. They don't change the side massively, so it'll be almost like a 4-4-1-1 formation. So they'll go with Schmeichel in goal, then I think it'll be Simpson at right back, Morgan, and I think he'll partner Maguire. That's two centre-backs. Fuchs on the left, and I think it'll be Mahrez on the right, which is kind of like a false position for Mahrez because he'll come inwards. And Didi and Bora sit really, really deep. Albrighton on the left, but he'll switch it on his right foot to try and whip it in. And then who plays in the 10? Is it Okazaki? Or is it Gray? I think he will go with Okazaki this time because he works hard away. And I think we'll go with Vardy up top. So, you know, Sharky, that formation there, it's pretty predictable. But if you look at their two centre-backs, Morgan and Maguire, there's not much pace in that, is there?
Very slow. But they've got that experience, haven't they, at the same time. They're going to be very on it. They're going to be wanting to stop Newcastle at every occasion. But that remains to be seen what Rafa picks in terms of the formation. If we're playing one up front, it's going to be difficult for Newcastle. But if we go with the two up front, then we can cause lesser problems. You know, they are vulnerable to the counter-attack. They do concede goals. Yes, they're on good form at the moment, but they are vulnerable. And you look at Wes Morgan as well. He's an older type player as well, so he's kind of losing his eggs a little bit. Maguire, on the other hand, he's come from Hull City. He's got a little bit more about him. But they are very suspect. And if we are on our game, then we've got a very, very good chance at the same time.
Yeah, so maybe playing someone up top of pace is maybe the best thing for this as well. You know, obviously they sit two defensive midfielders really, really deep as well. So that may be a great chance for, we think, Jose Perez will start this one to have a little bit more freedom to try and work around that as well. So hopefully he can make them work really hard. Now, every team has a strengths. We know we've talked about we're big in Leicester City up here, but they've got weaknesses themselves. Sharky's already touched upon one of them as well. They don't, when they go in front, they do concede. They don't have the greatest defence in the world. They are conceding quite a few goals despite their recent turn in form this season. Defend against through balls, which again we've touched upon that. You know, with Morgan and Maguire being slow, that's no real surprise there. What surprises me was defending set pieces. They're not very great according to whoscored.com. They're not very great at that. They don't keep possession of the ball much because obviously they like to hit it long on the counter. That's no surprise there. So I am expecting Newcastle to have a lot more possession in this game than what we used to. And they are offside a lot. That's not, again, a shock because of Vardy's pace over the top as well. The strengths, pretty obvious. Counter-attacks. They'll literally play on the counter. They'll hit us. They'll have about 6 men back at all one time. And then the 3 further upfield, because not including the goalkeeper, they'll probably hit well on the pace as well. So you expect Leicester to have a 3-man attack probably most of the time as well. The style of play, long balls, again, no huge surprises there. The ball over the top. They seem to be attacking down more the left because Mahrez comes inwards. So he'll play the central. I know it's a false position, that right. So they'll predominantly don't go down that right side. Not very aggressive as well. Since Puel's come in, they haven't really rotated the side much since. They've got quite a settled side and they're also comfortable playing in their own half. So, Sharky, there's not massive surprises there with the strengths and weaknesses, is there?
No, not really. I think it's going to be a 50-50 game. It's how we go about this game on Saturday. It's how we line up. It's how we take the game to Leicester, because you mentioned Leicester surprisingly don't keep the ball enough. So if Newcastle can look after the ball, and we can work Moreno, Shelvey, and they can bomb on forward, use the wingers, use Richie, use Attu if he comes back in, if he possibly can, and just get the ball into Dwight Gill as much as he can if he starts.
Is it a risk playing a high line against these lot?
I believe so, because Leicester have got pace. You've got to remember Jamie Vardy. You know, he's going to be a nuisance. He's going to be that fox in the box, if you like. He's going to be all over the place. He's going to want to cause problems. You've got Morez, you see, he comes from the wing. He's going to be that false number 10. He's going to come in. He's going to want to cut in. And I think Newcastle, the back four, whoever he picks, we need to keep our line. We need to keep it disciplined, because if we don't, Leicester have got that know-how to cut teams open. And if we do not do that, then I think it's going to be a long old night for Newcastle. But it's all about how we contain Leicester, how we work the ball, showing mental strength more than anything else, because we've been getting knocked off the ball far too easy the last couple of games. And Leicester, it's going to be tough to how each team will go for it on Saturday.
I think he's done a great job. Claude Puel, he has a lot of criticism. You know, he seems like, well, I think the game was. He seems very, very. He needs a shake. He needs to have a bit of personality about him. But hey, it was working for him. So you know, they've changed a bit of fortune. But Leicester owners seem to do that when their team's struggling. They sacked Ranieri, even though they won the league. They sacked Shakespeare, and it seems to work for them. Sacking managers, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it works for them. It's going to be difficult. But I think, as I've touched upon, I think the key one for me, Sharkey, is that we'll have a lot more the ball for me than what we used to, judging by what we've been saying, which would be completely wrong. But you would think Newcastle have a lot more the ball, and that would then mean if you have a lot more the ball, that would obviously make more chances to be created. So you kind of start hustling for me. You've got to go with Dwight Gill and get Stretch, Morgan and Maguire running between the channels as well, and hopefully get, you know, the wingers coming inbound as well, which I'm expecting. But I think it will be a high scoring game. What are you going for?
Not so high. I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Newcastle. I think we'll score a couple of goals, but Leicester will probably nick one, being the away team with the presence of Jamie Vardy, Morez. It's how we use the ball, and it's who we pick that will determine whether or not we'll score these 2 goals. And it's also about being careful on the ball and distributing the ball from the back to the front, and what we do with it.
And Leicester don't have many injuries, whereas Newcastle do. Hopefully we'll have the likes of, you know, our key men back as well, just to strengthen it up a bit. You know, so I'm going to agree with that. I think it'll be a minimum of 3 goals. I'm probably going to have a couple of bets on there. I'm going to go for 2-1 as well. But if you want to have a promotion bet safe, give you a double your bonus, sign up as well. The link is in the description for that. I won 45 quid on last weekend, so it's worth it, you know. But thanks for watching. Thanks for Sharkey for coming on again. Pop over at his channel, 100% NUFC. All the links are in the description as well, and also for Lisa's channel as well. See you, bye.